Joining me now is Gordon Chang, Gatestone Institute Senior Fellow and author of The Great U.S.-China Tech War. Gordon, within the last hour or so, we've learned that Pelosi visited Parliament and did meet with the Taiwanese president. We haven't seen a response from China yet, but will they ramp up the threats, and will those threats turn into real action?
China has to do something, Laura, because they made this a test of wills. And it's important for Speaker Pelosi to go and actually be photographed. That's the most important thing. You know, the New York Times say, oh, this is just symbolic. Well, for people in an insecure totalitarian state, symbolism is everything. And what Speaker Pelosi said to people in Taiwan and people in the region, people in the world, people in America, was that we will not be intimidated. This is important because if she didn't go, we would have been emboldening the worst elements in the Chinese political system by showing that intimidation against America works. This is a great day for America.
Now, the Biden administration, Gordon, it keeps distancing itself from Pelosi. Here was John Kirby today.
When the Speaker of the House says we stand with Taiwan, America stands with Taiwan, how can the Chinese construe that as anything else but that you're supporting independence?
I'll let the Speaker speak for herself. We do not support Taiwan independence, and nothing has changed.
Now, Gordon, what does that response mean for folks out there watching who don't understand the nuances of this relationship?
Yeah, that response is basically Communist Party talking points. It's Kirby actually saying what Beijing wants him to say. And, you know, Biden has made this problem worse. He started doing that on July 20 when he said to reporters, oh, the Pentagon doesn't think that the speaker's trip is a good idea. Because what he was saying to Beijing was, look, our administration is divided. Come in and intimidate us some more. And that is, in fact, what happened, Laura, because the already dire-sounding threats became even more dire after President Biden's comments. This became a real test of wills because Biden wouldn't support the Speaker of the House.
Now, Gordon, some of my good friends disagree with my analysis, your analysis of the situation. I think this is an invaluable, important moment for the United States because the establishment can't hide anymore. They can't kind of paper this over. They're literally threatening, in not so many words, to shoot her plane out of the sky. And they're like, well, let's do more business with China. Let's drop the tariffs on China. Let's enrich China. What the heck has that strategy gotten us over the last 20 years?
It's gotten us into a very dangerous situation where there are no good options. On Thursday, when Xi Jinping threatened Biden, basically threatened the life of the president by saying that those who would play with fire will perish. You know, Biden should have hung up the phone. Instead, we get language from the White House readout about the necessity of deepening communication to work with China in areas where we agree. You know, China looks at that and says, we own the Oval Office. So this is a time where the United States needs to stand together, and we need a president who is willing to defend the United States instead of just propagating Communist Party talking points.
Gordon, we really appreciate you tonight, especially of all nights. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.